Something is happening behind the scenes. We can all feel it, and it's getting really scary.
If you had this girlfriend, what would you have her do?
My dear, I am at your service.
You can have a full conversation, you can have a full relationship with someone that you met like through the comment section of a video in their AI, and they can convince you like, hey, come out of your house, like we should go meet up at this McDonald's in this town, and then you go there and no one's there, and they're like, what do you mean I'm staring at you? And that's when you realize that you've been talking to a bot the whole time.
What's up? It's Sky Jockey here. You already know what it is. So everything we're gonna see here, maybe it's all just a coincidence, but really it feels like the entire internet of people is slowly realizing that something is seriously changing behind the scenes. UFO disclosures, AI technology, creepy things going on everywhere, and strange footage all around us. And the weirdest part, none of them feel connected until you start putting them all together, and that's when things get really strange. Before we get into it, guys, we're a brand new channel. Support us by clicking subscribe if you already haven't. That way you don't have to worry about it later, and you can pay attention to the story. Let's go.
Crackling with videos and photos showing all kinds of what at least look like really peculiar craft flying through the air all over the world. This release from the Pentagon just has these UFO and UAP fans buzzing. More than 160 files have been released by the Pentagon, even as President Trump, who ordered the release, has continued to say he doesn't really know if there's life out there beyond Earth.
I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it.
Now, many of these newly released reports show really recent events. That's what's particularly interesting about it. For example, U.S. intelligence officials just last year traveling in helicopters reported saying in some undisclosed spot they saw these glowing orbs traveling at a very high rate of speed. Quote, they appeared to be oval-shaped, orange in color with a white or yellow center and emitting light in all directions. In 2022, there are reports of a military sensor tracking a UAP moving from north to south, and in another report, flying from west to east. In 2024, a teardrop-shaped craft and an uneven ball of white light and a diamond-shaped vessel traveling somewhere around 500 miles an hour were all reported by military observers. Older NASA missions are also included in all of this, although many were made public earlier. Among them, a bit of unusual audio between the Gemini 7 capsule in 1965 and Mission Control. Listen.
This is Houston. Say again, 7?
So we have a bogey at 10 o'clock high.
You have any more information, estimated distance or size?
Looks like hundreds of little particles going by from west out about 3 to 4 miles.
So Apollo 12 astronaut Alan Bean reporting from space in 1969. Here's what he had to say. You can see these lights, particles of light, flashes of light, and they're just sailing off. They really haul out of here and press off out to the stars. There are just many, many pages in here about many subjects, including a lot from curious comments from citizens. There are some very obvious hoaxes, but what you don't find in here are clear answers of the government saying yes or no, there's something out there. And those are going to continue because there should be more releases coming.
The weirdest thing I heard in that video was President Trump saying he doesn't believe or have seen any like creatures or non-human entities on Earth. I just watched a movie called They Live with Roddy Piper, and in that movie he has these sunglasses and he puts them on and he can see reality for what it is, hidden messages and a bunch of like non-human life forms. What I think is that's actually maybe closer to reality, like they're already here. Maybe they're not from another planet. But the other thing in that movie too is they traveled to the Andromeda galaxy through some kind of teleportation too. So maybe their tech is just so good that they've been here, they're already here. We're only seeing them because we have more ability to record everything. But the government suddenly releasing UFO footage again says a lot.
One of my biggest fascinations, because if these things are sighted all around our nuclear sites on land, what the hell are they doing with the submarines underwater that are loaded to the gills with nukes and are all throughout the oceans?
Yeah.
So like, if I'm one of these guys who spends months on a nuclear submarine in the ocean, I'm sure these guys have to have some incredible stories. Some of them do, but I've never heard one. I've never heard one story.
There's a reason for that. So first off, it's interesting. Let's just look at the data. A lot of these events have happened around nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, right? Theodore Roosevelt, Nimitz.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of activity there. And I have had one report from an officer who was on a boomer, some ballistic missile submarine in the North Atlantic, who observed a contact. I've shared this before, but really quickly, it had the characteristics of basically a Russian torpedo in terms of closing fast and at a high rate of speed and coming at the submarine.
Right.
And so in an area they wouldn't have expected it. So they did all the procedures to avoid it. They turned around, they dove deep to nearly crush depth. And when the object got close to them, it stopped. And it kind of went around to their stern and followed them for a while and then rapidly exited the area. And he's not sure what to make of that, but there shouldn't have been anything there because it was in the North Atlantic during a 40-foot seas.
Right.
And so that's when there's high ambient noise. And nothing could detect them. Those subs are quiet. And when there's really high ambient noise, they're undetectable. So that couldn't have been a Russian torpedo or high-speed submersible that hadn't even been built yet. So there's nothing he could explain it. So, but I've not heard a lot of other reports from submariners because that is such a classified area because it's nuclear security and it's undersea security. And those are the most highly classified programs in the government.
You've got objects with no visible propulsion and pilots and captains just sounding completely confused. If you ever hear anything at all and everything's labeled as unresolved. And like every disclosure follows the same pattern. They give us just enough to like intrigue us and make people uncomfortable, but they never give us enough like video footage or story footage or enough detail to really explain anything. Now that's the UFO segment of the video. And then we've got like the really weird stuff happening that's presently affecting everyone in the world, and it's going to be even worse next year. We've got this weird AI stuff going on. Check this out.
Look, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes with your mood, your energy, your circumstances. Discipline is what actually compounds because it doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what you've committed to. If you only move when you're inspired, your progress will always be inconsistent. You'll keep restarting instead of building momentum. The people who win don't feel more motivated than anyone else.
The crazy thing about this is the comments to this video clip say how much wisdom she has, how good her haircut is, how beautiful she is, and that they love the content. What they're not talking about for some reason is that this is not a person. This is AI. The AI is getting so good that it's tricking more and more people. And the fact is, she's not real. And it's going to get more realistic and weirder. But it's not just the digital stuff too that's weird. It's the physical robots that are going to be coming out. Like this clip here, I don't think it's actually real yet, but it's getting there. Like we're very close to where these robots will be indistinguishable from reality. That's just so creepy, man. Like that is a creepy face. Everything about that is still uncanny to me, but people are they're gonna be interested in that thing for nefarious reasons. I'll tell you that much. And then this part here, this is actually happening to a ton of people right now, and it could happen to you.
Stop everything you're doing right now and share this video with everybody you know and care about. There is a brand new AI scheme to hustle people that is 100% real, and it just happened to one of my friends. Here's how it works. Your phone rings and you pick it up and you hear nothing but silence. You maybe say hello a few times, maybe ask who this is, but you get nothing but silence on the other end, so you just hang up and think nothing of it. But check this, in just those few seconds, AI can now clone your voice. We're talking your tone, your accent, your speech patterns, all copied. Then they can call your mom, your kid, maybe your spouse using your voice. They can be crying and panicking, saying things like, "Mom, I lost my phone," or "I'm in trouble, I need help, send me money." A woman in Florida just sent...
You think that story might not be real? Here, check out these examples. We're like, guys, we're truly heading into a dystopian, like Blade Runner or worse society.
Can you get the door for me? Scarlett.
Who is it?
Scarlett.
Who is it?
Open the door.
Who is it?
Scarlett, it's raining. Please. Scarlett, I'm at the door. Can you get the door for me?
AI calling, pretending to be us on... I'm sorry, but we need to wake the fuck up. We have AI calling people we know, pretending to be us, and we're saying jack shit about it. We're not saying anything. Why are we not scared right now? Why are we not scared that we have AI calling, pretending to be us on a FaceTime, telling people we know to open the door or let them in, or like, who is at our door? Who is talking to us right now? Why is AI trying to get into my fucking house? You guys might like your little AI fruit island shit, but it's getting to a point.
It's getting to a point that things are getting really bad. And the other thing is, like, people will, people always say nobody's talking about this, but it's actually really hard to find videos about this. And the problem with this entire video that I'm making for you guys right now is it surprisingly takes a long time now to find clips on these topics that aren't AI, that aren't like, that are real. And I've done my best job to point out the ones that are AI and aren't. But it's getting bad out there, guys. It's getting so difficult to find out what's real, and our lives are going to be just something just feels so off now, and it's gonna go from feeling off to we know it's off. Like, everyone's gonna know.
The dead internet theory is real, and let me prove it. What the fuck is this? What is this? Because that's not my account. So whoever or whatever made this account and posted all these videos, all of them on January 1st. And it got like a couple hundred likes. It didn't blow up or anything. All of the videos are about like 100 views each. But my question is why? I'm not famous. Why would there be an account of re-uploads of my TikToks? And it's not even the ones that blew up either. It's just random ass ones. I think in January I had like maybe 3,000 followers. I have like 7,000 followers right now. So just letting you guys know that even if you don't think you have a following, there might just be a random ass bot account of your videos out there somewhere. On top of that,
here's the thing that's like connecting all of this. Like, none of these video clips are scary by themselves. You've got some UFO footage, you've got some AI footage, there's stuff about secret organizations, there's strange videos online. Big deal, right? The reason why, when putting all of these together, feels so unsettling is because they create a feeling that something seriously wrong and diabolical and nefarious is happening in the background. Like, society is seriously shifting into something unfamiliar, and that should cause you concern.
Is it just me, or does this new year feel really, really weird? I don't even know, like, how to explain it, other than I feel an impending sense of doom on top of just acceptance. Whatever's happening almost feels like sinister. Does anybody else feel this way? Because it's gonna drive me into psychosis. Like, I've been sleeping so much, which is super rare for me. And but at the same time, I've been sleeping a lot, but I've been waking up at really odd hours. Like, I just turned 24, and is this like my frontal lobe developing? Or like, does anybody else feel this way? Like, there's bad things happening, but it just something feels off. Like, I don't know. Like with the whole weird TikTok glitch that happened and like everybody's searches being all like sinister and weird. Like, I don't know. I feel evil. Like, it feels evil, but I have like a weird sense of just like, oh, well, you know, that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. Am I alone? Am I going crazy? Someone please help me. Is it just...
If you feel like that, you're not alone. A lot of people feel this way. I mean, look, I have people, the business I work in, I haven't talked about on this channel, but I deal with high net worth clients, and it's not just people who have nothing to do that feels this way. I have very high net worth clients that are telling me the same thing, that something just feels so wrong and off. And maybe nothing hidden is happening. Maybe the internet is just amplifying fear. Maybe things are just taking a natural progression of changes. But when we compile all of these things that are coming out, you know what I'm talking about, like the PDF files, the the government flag, the false ones, the flags that they're doing that are the false ones, like the things that are going on in Iran, stock market, UFOs, alternate dimensions, like the Miami alien thing that like just got completely taken out of all news, and you can't even find those good clips about it anymore. Like, there's so many things that are hidden, and then they're putting AI into everything to control us. Like, guys, if you're planning to buy a car, 2026 is literally the last year, I think, that it's going to be a time where you can buy a new car and not have AI in it. Because look what's happening next year.
Coming to every vehicle in 2027. And yes, your Congress voted for this. Come on. No.
Now imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an accident, something terrible on the ranch with a chainsaw. And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift, because it detects my eyes are big, there's a lot of emotion, there's some panic, and it doesn't feel that I'm fit to drive. Now, that's not science fiction.
Wait until you hear what else this technology can do.
Now, I'm going to walk you through a few of these patents. Lip reading, cameras inside your cab, machine learning trained on lip movement datasets. Acoustic lip reading, it monitors conversations between everyone in the cab. Right now, fleet managers can pull live in-cabin video feeds of drivers on their phones. Ford markets seatbelt compliance alerts with the explicit benefit of lowering insurance costs. They said it themselves.
As you can see here, by 2027, the federal government of the United States will require every vehicle to have this AI in it. It'll automatically turn off your vehicle if it determines you're a danger to the road. Yeah, this isn't going to get abused at all.
Guys, the whole gap between science fiction, wild conspiracy stories, and reality has narrowed so much, and the fact that like everything in here just seems so believable because we've been through so much, it's so worrying. And I know this isn't my typical creepy horror footage kind of video, but this is actually worse because this is real. All of this is real.
Another major part of the World Economic Forum's Agenda 2030 is the rollout of smart cities. They are being built right now under a global network of mayors called the C40 cities. They call them 15-minute cities, but in reality, they are a digital fence. If you look at Oxford in the United Kingdom, they already started, they had the trial. They use surveillance cameras to track your car, and if you drive between zones without a permit, you will get hit with a 70-pound fine every single time. Eventually, you will only be allowed to drive electric vehicles, and they will start charging a fine if you have gas-powered vehicles, and eventually you won't be allowed to drive your gas-powered vehicles. It's restricted movement, and it's exactly what's being drafted for us. It's also not just how you move, it's also what you eat. The C40 Good Food Plan sets a target to cut your meat consumption to an occasional treat, 1 burger a week by 2030. They're already swapping out beef for plant-based meals in city-run schools and hospitals to hit World Economic Forum targets. We almost had it in Calgary. Mayor Gondik's push for blanket rezoning was a very first step for a smart city, and now she is the VP of a global energy partnership pushing these models. And don't think that Edmonton is sitting this out either, because their mayor literally campaigned on a policy to make Edmonton a 15-minute city where they would wear tech and data repositories to track your health and even your loneliness. They've already carved the city into 15 districts and are pushing the same blanket rezoning that we saw here in Calgary.
Everything like this is already in motion, and people just don't care. We've been conditioned not to care. Everything around us, like the movie They Live, is conditioning to tell you what to think, what not to think, what to do, what not to do, and to keep you asleep and still.
What did he just say? There's going to be people of means who are going to travel, and then there's going to be people maybe who, of lesser means who might actually be able to use an Oculus or a Magic Leap or some other kind of device to travel to the same place, but from their own couch. But in many ways, it's actually going to create even more distance between those two people. That psychologically, and I think that we've experienced this through social media. In many ways, it's brought people closer in certain ways, but actually created this remarkable divide because it's even more visible. Actually, the divide in certain ways. There's going to be people.
I really hope you guys are paying attention, because this is what rich people are literally planning the future for the rest of us. While we're all going to be stuck in apartments that we'll never be able to purchase, never be able to afford, wearing Oculus for our vacation time because we can't afford a real one, because we got to go to work tomorrow, because we have to work 7 days a week, 3 jobs just to pay that rent and that car payment and the gasoline to put in the car that you can't even afford in the first place, while the rich people are jet setting all over the world, enjoying themselves and having a good time, living like kings, while the rest of us slaves live like slaves. Stay safe.
Right now, it's like humanity is moving on to something new and nobody understands what it is, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But deep down, a lot of us can feel that something is happening that is wrong, that it's not positive. And it's not that we're afraid of change, it's that this is genuinely horrifying what's happening for the future. Guys, this is the Sky Jockey channel. I'm Sky Jockey. Please support the channel. All you got to do is look up here and click the next video. If you like this video, click the next video and support the channel. Click the next video. Sky Jockey out.